students, good morning to one and all present here. Today I have to plan to take application of biostatistics in real life. Okay, before going to the topic, I will introduce myself. Myself Dr. J. Vennila. I have completed BSc, MSc, MPhil and PhD in statistics. I have 13-year experience, especially 6 year I worked in a pharmacy college. Um, why I am taking this topic means because many medical students are struggle in choosing the statistical tools, and also they don't know how to fix the hypothesis level and how to identify the statistical tools. Okay, so especially this video is help to that students to know easily how to select the samples and how to select the statistical tools perfectly and how to write the conclusion for the analysis. Okay, so that student is easy to understand the concept of statistics. Okay, so that is the reason I am taking this video. This video is I am taking 3 parts. The first part I am taking introduction part, and second part I am taking what are the statistical tools are there, and third part I plan to explain what are the statistical tools are there, how can we choose, then how can we write the conclusion. That and all I will explain in the part 3. Okay, now we go to the part 1, applications of biostatistics in real life, introduction part.
Topic is objectives of the statistics. Here we have to discuss means what is meant by statistics, what is meant by biostatistics, what are the measures are there in biostatistics, and what procedure we have to follow in this research study, and how can we fix the hypothesis. Based on the hypothesis, how can we choose the correct statistical tools. These are the points we are going to discuss here. What is meant by biostatistics? Biostatistics is a branch of the statistics which deals with the problems in biological science. You know very well what is meant by statistics. Statistics deals with the collection, classification, tabulation, analysis and interpretation of numerical data. With help of the past data, we have to predict the future value. This is important in the statistics. So we have to apply the biological measurements in the data analysis. We have to predict the values. The next is applications of biostatistics in pharmacy field. Biostatistics is applied as a wide variety of the problems in pharmacy, medicine and other health sciences. Okay, for example, if you want to identify the difference between the two treatments, we have to apply the statistical concepts and we have to identify which treatment is efficient. Okay, so that details we have to identify with the help of the statistical methods. Nowadays ANOVA, then t-test, PAD t-test, everything is applied in a biostatistics field. And next important topic is the function of statistics. What is meant by the functions? How can we collect the information, that is a data collection? How can we classify the data? How can we tabulate? After tabulated, how can we analyze? After analyzing the information, how can we interpretation? With the help of the interpretation, how have to write the conclusion? Okay, these are the points we are going to explain this. Okay, you know very well how can we collect the data. We can collect the information from the patients, or it's already there means it's already filed means we have to collect the secondary data. After collected the information, we have to classify the department wise or the according to that patients disease related. After collecting the information, we have to tabulate the data as we need, like that. After that, we have to choose which statistical analysis suitable for the data. With the help of the analysis, we have to write the interpretation, and finally we can conclude the informations. Next important method is a branch of biostatistics. Measures of central tendency, measures of variation, measures of relation and statistical inference are important in the biostatistics field. The first one is a measures of central tendency. What is meant by measures of central tendency? We can focus the center value is called as a measures of central tendency. It is classified into 3 types: mean, median and mode. This 3 method is useful to identify the mid value or the allocation of the term. Then the second one is a measures of dispersion. Measures of dispersion is nothing but we have to identify the difference between the actual value and the average is called as the measures of variation. Here we have to see only the two important things. One is a range and another one is a standard deviation. Range is useful to identify the difference between the maximum value and the minimum value. And second one is a standard deviation. Standard deviation is useful to identify the variation between the two things. Okay, so that's why we have to study the standard deviation. With the help of the standard deviation we have to easily identify where the variation is high. Next is the measures of relationship. Measures of relationship is nothing but the two types. One is a correlation and another one is a regression. Correlation is nothing but is used to identify the relationship between the two variables. The two variables are continuous case, then only we have to apply the correlation method. And the second one is a regression. Regression is a one of the method to find the relationship between the dependent variable and the independent variable. For example, if with the help of the past data we have to predict the future value, then we also identify to forecast the future value also. And next important topic is normal distribution. Okay, normal distribution, after collecting the information you have to verify the data are normal or not. If the data are normal we have to apply the parametric test. If the data are non-normal we have to apply the non-parametric test. Okay, so distribution rule is here very important. With the help of the normal distribution we have to identify the statistical tools. Okay, so normal distribution is useful to identify the quality level. And next most important method is a statistical inference. Statistical inference is the act of generalizing from the sample to a population with calculated degree of certainty. It is a branch of the statistics. With the help of this we have to conclude the terms. Here we have to apply the two things. One is the population and another one is a sample. With the help of the statistical inference, it's classified into two types. One is estimation and another one is a testing of hypothesis. Estimation means we have estimating the population value or the confidence interval. That hypothesis is a process of significance regarding parameter of the population of the basic samples. It is initiated by Neyman and Pearson. With the help of the hypothesis testing only we have to conclude the next term. Testing of hypothesis is classified into two major things. One is a research hypothesis and another one is a statistical hypothesis. Research hypothesis lead directly to statistical hypothesis, but statistical hypothesis are stated in such a way that they may be evaluated by appropriate statistical tools. Here we can give the more important for the hypothesis. Before going to the hypothesis testing we have to follow the procedure. The procedure is first one state the hypothesis, and second one fix your confidence limit, and third one choose your statistical tool, and fourth one calculate the value and write your interpretation. These are the points is very important for testing the hypothesis. And next one is a first one data variable. First you have to fix your variable as per the information. Okay, so the second one hypothesis. Hypothesis is one of the important thing. Based on your problem you have to fix your hypothesis statement. For example, if you want to identify the treatment level, okay, so treatment A is there, treatment B is there, you want to know which treatment is going to the best one. Okay, so that time you have to fix your hypothesis. Okay, the treatment A is better than treatment B. If you are fixing like that means it is your hypothesis. Okay, for example, if you want to know the college students obesity level, then you have to fix your hypothesis the college students are healthy. So like that you have to fix your hypothesis. Once you fix your hypothesis, its alternative hypothesis just nothing but it's opposite of the null hypothesis is called as a alternative hypothesis. And third one is based on the alternative hypothesis we have to fix our acceptance area. Okay, whether the both sides are accepted or either one side is accepted. Okay, we have to identify with the help of the alternative hypothesis only. For example, if you want to find the difference between both treatments means we have to apply the two-tailed test. Okay, both we want to both side. Okay, both sides are equal or not. If we want to identify that information, means we have to apply the two-tailed test. But if you want either one side, okay, first treatment is best or the second treatment is best. Okay, if you want to fix like that, means either we have to apply the one tail test or the two tail test. Okay, so that is we have to fix based on the alternative hypothesis. Once you fix the alternative hypothesis, we have to identify the type 1 error and type 2 error. Type 1 error is nothing but when your statement is true but it is rejected, it is called as a type 1 error. When your statement is false, then it is accepted, means it is called as a type 2 error. So based on these two, we have to identify the types of error. Once you identify the type of error, we have to fix our test statistics. Based on your population and sample size, we have to identify the test statistics. Okay, either large sample size or small sample size. Large sample size means when your data is more than 30, we have to apply the large sample test, otherwise we have to apply the small sample test. So once you fix the statistical decisions, then you have to identify your critical region. One, your critical region and the tabulated value. Okay, the tabulated value is, you have to compare with the calculated value. Your calculated value is less, then your table value is high, means your test will be accepted, otherwise it is rejected. And last one, nowadays many softwares are came. With help of the software, we have to identify the p-value. P-value is nothing but Pearson value. Pearson value, they are fixing constant for 0.05. So once your value is more than 0.05, we have to identify your test hypothesis is accepted. So these are the points today we have discussed. Thank you.